You are about to enter the Red and Rev Sports Show experience. Get ready for some real sports talk from some real sports fans who were real sports athletes who have sports knowledge.
What's up, y'all? Good morning. Good morning. Another Saturday, another episode with our boys. Episode 168. Merry Christmas. It's the week of Christmas, and we got a lot going on. I'm not going to waste too much of your time. Today is our massive NBA preview. We at the end, finally at the end of the college football season. Well, what's left of it anyway? We got a lot of James Harden stuff still going on. We got our NCAA picks, our NFL picks. I'm not wasting any more time. Episode 168 is about to start right now. And my Lakers, let's go.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Red Rev Sports Show. We're coming to you live from the ATL Show. Give me real sports talk because we're real sports fans, because we were real sports athletes who have what? Real sports knowledge. So come on in, hang out with the boys Red Rev and the Coach for episode 168 of the Red and Rev Sports Show. And as is our custom, we're taking our sports numbers attention to the numerologist of this panel, Coach Patrick Thomas. What do you got for us, Coach, for episode 1, 6, and 8?
Well, for episode 168, we're going to go back to where an iconic moment happened in Black American history. We're gonna go to one Tommy Sutton. Tommy Sutton was an African American who won the 200 meters in the Olympics. And what happened with Tommy Sutton? He decided at that moment during the turmoil and everything that was going on, he put that one fist in there and made the one black fist, which was the power symbol for his people. So that's the moment I got happened in 1968. Tommy Sutton put that one fist up and declared for his people that he will not be oppressed. He is a proud champion and he is a proud African American.
All right, and that was in 1968?
Yes, sir.
All
Tommy
right.
Sutton.
Well, thank you so much for the Tommy Sutton reference, and I'm sure many people remember that iconic photo with him being on the stage, holding that fist up in the air, representing Black Power. So we appreciate that, Coach. I didn't know where you were going with that in just a minute. I did know where you were going with that for a second, but I appreciate the spirit of patience that fell upon me, so that I could see where you were trying to go with our numbers game on today. All right, let's get ready to rock and roll, fellas. How you gentlemen doing?
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Yes, sir.
All right, good
Yes,
deal.
sir.
And we got some people who have already chimed in to say good morning. Good morning to you, Miss Sylvia Harris, who happens to be my mother. What's up, Joe Black? Joe, I'm expecting you to make a statement today that you made with me a couple of weeks ago. So I need you to share fair fantasy game around here. All right. Good morning, Heather Joy. Good morning, Brother Maurice Throw. Hey, y'all. What's up, Kelly Nicole? And Chris Trailer is representing who else? I remember watching Mr. Sutton in real time. It was quite a mine. Or did you mean? All right. Whatever. We understand what you're trying to state. It was quite a moment. All right. So thank you so much for sharing and thank you. Okay, got you. Moment. All right. Thank you so much. All right, gentlemen, let's get ready to start. No need to hold off any longer. We know how we normally rock and roll on the Red Rev Sports Show. We start with our dope, nope, and cope moment or moments of the week. So we'll start with you, Coach, as we're doping and noping and coping. What are you doping on?
My dope moment this is an original right here. I'm doping on Brian Kelly saying that he will not play in the playoffs, if his team's families are not allowed to attend. And I'm going with him for the simple fact is, wherever they play, if you got an 80,000 seat stadium, you can get 20,000 people in there in social distance. So these games with these empty stadiums where they act like they can't get anybody in there, I'm sorry, you can get some people in there to watch those games. Like I've seen in some of the smaller venues, they've gotten people in there to watch their games. So I don't know why the big boys can't play. They're talking about playing in at Jerry World. Jerry World holds 100,000 people. So I know you can get 20,000 in there in social distance. So I'm gonna actually go with Brian Kelly. Not my favorite coach, but I'm gonna hang with him on this one.
Well, let me just interject right quick. I don't know if the issue is with the NCAA right there. The issue is with the state of California. The state of California has wiped out all large gatherings. So that's not more so on the NCAA or even the stadium. That's on the state of California and Governor Newsom putting out that policy. So that's why they're talking about potentially moving that game outside of California, but they can't take the name of the Rose Bowl with them because the Rose Bowl name stays in Pasadena. So that's going to be interesting to see what happens. But I don't think Brian Kelly will be turning down any college playoff berth, knowing how close he might be to winning the championship. But he might not have to worry about going in the first place after today. We'll see what happens. But nevertheless, Red, what are you doping on, sir?
I'm doping on the Milwaukee Bucks. Finally getting Giannis locked up for 5 years, which is a big surprise. I mean, I never thought a player would sign the Supermax to spend his prime years with the Milwaukee Bucks, but major props for convincing Giannis to stay, get him locked up for 5 years, and try to get him a ring. So Milwaukee Bucks, you got your guy. That's a dope moment. You made him the highest paid player in the NBA. I hope after 5 years you feel like it's worth it. But for right now, dope.
All right.
Excellent. Absolutely excellent.
And we can talk about
$228 million guaranteed.
$1 billion. Yeah, that's a great payday right there. We'll see if a championship accompanies the payday in the 5 years. I'm doping on the Negro Baseball League. Finally giving major league status for baseball records. That was long overdue. So big ups to Major League Baseball recognizing the fact that there was some baseball being played by some black brothers who probably were playing even at a higher level than their white counterparts. But nevertheless, we're glad to see that those records are being recognized and are given major league status for, after all, they were playing against other major leaguers and probably better major leaguers in the black league than it was in the predominantly white league back in the day. So big ups to the MLB.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Red, it's on you, brother. Right. What are you noping on?
I'm noping on one and only Peppermint Matty Ryan. And finally, I'm so glad that he was exposed to all of the old, well, I guess we call them Ryanites, and some of them became Cryanites because after his game last week, I don't know how you could ever defend that guy again. I mean, 3 straight years, no playoffs, 13-year vet still making rookie mistakes. I mean, when they ask, are the Falcons going to make the playoffs? As long as Matt Ryan's quarterback, the answer is no. So that gives no moment. And as long as Matt Ryan is here, the answer will always be nope. We are done making the playoffs with this guy. It's time to move on. This guy was a embarrassment last week. He's been an embarrassment for most of his 13-year career here. And like I say, as far as Matt Ryan being a starter quarterback for my Falcons, crank it up one more time, Rev.
No!
All right. All right, that's a good note moment. I'm noping on our NCAA picks last week. Red, you and I were in good shape to win the UCLA game over USC. But lo and behold, Chip Kelly found a way to coach his team to a loss with terrible clock management, where coach's USC team should have lost before yesterday, last week, against the UCLA Bruins. But Chip Kelly, not knowing how to kill the clock, not knowing how to coach his team to victory, cost me and Red a chance to get one game closer to coach. And now he's sitting with a nice little lead with fewer games to pick in the weeks to come. So Chip Kelly doing Chip Kelly things, which is doing dumb things, he gets my note moment for this week.
Why couldn't they play Oregon last week?
Right. I hate that we didn't pick it because I know I was going to pick Oregon against coaches USC. We got caught standing flat-footed right there. But nevertheless, Coach, what are you noping on?
I'm a nope on Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. Okay, everybody knows your game this week is the biggest game of the week, probably matchup-wise. But Drew Brees or New Orleans, whoever's at fault, you had 15 broken ribs, dude. You had a punctured lung and had all that, yet you trying to come back so you can play this game. Now, Drew, you do realize, or Sean Payton, whoever's responsible, that a few too many licks to those ribs, you won't make the playoffs. So you're going to sacrifice the playoffs for one game where Kansas City probably going to beat you anyway. Pick on the side. But anyway, I mean, seriously, why are you coming back so early? Dude, you're supposed to be ready for the playoffs, not for a regular season game. If I was you, I'd sit out. Because if what's going to happen if you got to sit out? Here come Taysom Hill, but y'all won't play Jameis. So I know that's probably why you're doing. Y'all scared to play Jameis against the Chiefs. But Drew Brees and the Saints, bad move if you get hurt.
That would probably help him.
Oh, come on!
Jameis could keep up with Pat-Man. Just he probably give Kansas City a few turnovers, though.
Well, part of the problem is that the Packers have taken number one seed.
Mm-hmm.
And now the New Orleans Saints, there's really no room for error. There are no two teams that get the bye this year. So everything is riding on that number one seed to get that bye for the first week of the playoffs. So if they feel like if they lose another game, they're really going to be in trouble. So I think this is a risky proposition, bringing Breeze back this soon, but they feel like it's worth it. And we'll see what happens if it's worth it or not. I think we already know where I'm going with my pick when it comes to the Saints and Chiefs. You know I'm rocking with my Chiefs. But nevertheless.
We might just pick the game now then. Because everybody going to pick Kansas City.
We'll get it. We'll get it a little later. All right. I think it's on me, and I'm coping. What am I coping on? We've been on this show since 2017. Mm-hmm. We started making picks the fall of 2017. There has not been 1 year since we've been doing this show where the good Reverend has not won a championship.
Oh my God!
There's not been 1 year that the good Reverend has not won a championship.
Is this a real coach?
I have won every NCAA championship there has been to win on this show. I've won 2 out of the 3 championships for the NFL. So that means I have 5 championships out of the 6 that have been awarded before this year. And I think I'm finally coming to grips with the fact that for the first year a Red and Rev Sports Show Pick'em Championship will escape the good Reverend. So I'm coming to grips with that. As I looked at the standings before the show, Jesus will have to perform another miracle in order for me to win a championship this year. You can do it if you want to, Jesus, but I don't think it's going to happen this year. That's what I'm doing.
Look, you gonna let them hate on your championships like that? Look at them trying to.
I'm laughing because it's just so funny.
He tried to.
He got he got a better concession speech than Donald Trump.
For real.
Oh boy.
Donald
Trump don't have a better concession speech.
Oh man.
That should have been Rev's. That should have been Rev's Grace and Longhorn right there before we ate our steak.
You all enjoyed this year. You know this is a COVID championship. It has an asterisk behind it. So you all enjoy this peculiar 2020 year because you know this is not normal. So when things get back to normal in society, that's when things will get back to normal with our picks. But nevertheless, we won't make this about my pick.
Rev, can I say a controversial statement?
Go ahead and say it.
I'm be controversial right here. Those pork chops will taste good with an asterisk or a Coke, so it don't matter.
Well, I got a little room to catch Red. He's not totally out the woods. We got 2-3 more weeks. We got about 6 more weeks of pick 'em, and I know Red is going to make some picks that will allow me to get close. So, you know, the fight is for second place. It's not for first place anymore. The fight, and he got me by a few games. You know, this COVID this COVID culture has really messed me up. I've been doing more time praying for people than studying my picks. So that's what's been
I'm
going
afraid
on.
to ask how many games are behind Coach. I'll wait till the records come up to find out how many games I'm behind Coach. Man, I had a bad week like that.
Red. It's pretty much over. You might as well get ready for your concession speech.
Oh my God! Thanks
yeah.
to the Browns. You see the Browns. The Browns.
If either one of us, win this year, that would be a new miracle that needs to be recorded. That's all I'm gonna just say right there.
Coach got that big lead, man.
Yeah, that's how big a lead
like
it
the
is.
Lakers in the bubble this year, man. He just got a big lead, man. It ain't no stopping him.
Ain't no stopping Coach. He might mess around and win 2 championships. It's looking good for him. You know, they always say the last shall be first. So, that's what the script is. He's the only one on this panel that hadn't won a championship. So I guess the Bible's coming to finish. The last shall be first. But Coach, what are you coping on? Go ahead. What you coping on, man?
I think I forgot what I was coping on. Since you done, I know what it is. I want all the Falcons fans to cope on the fact that and somebody put it in there, Joe Black put it in there, and that's where I was going. You're gonna let Louis Riddick interview with other teams, and you're not gonna try to interview him or catch him before these other teams snatch him up. A proven quality person of NFL knowledge. And you're going to let him slide to another team, and then he's going to use that knowledge and help them get better while you try to go and pick up somebody that's local, late breaking, or whatever you want to call him. But, hey, continue on, Falcons. Let Louis Riddick go, and we'll see who you pick. Probably be Mel from the one of 680 The Fan show or something. That'll be your GM. I don't know who it's going to be.
I don't know. Red, jump on in.
Coach, how could you? You know Louis Riddick is my thing. How you gonna steal my coat, man? That is just blatant thievery. And when you ever talk about Louis Riddick, I'm the Louis Riddick guy. I'm glad I got a backup.
I'm just looking at the fact that he interviewed with the Texans and the Lions, and the Falcons' name was nowhere mentioned. I'm like, you got to be kidding me! Y'all just go let him slide.
I agree with you. Really? I agree with you. I had a big coat. I had a coat for that moment. I guess I have to come back to that one. I'll come back to that one when you make a decision. Luckily, I had a backup coat. Thankful. Oh man, I'm glad I just stick with that one. But I think y'all are like my coat one for this one. I guess now that I can't cope with Lou Riddick for this week, I'll cope with the SEC schools worrying about Deion stealing all their players and stuff. I mean, he already stole a cornerback from UGA. Then I heard yesterday he stole a offensive tackle from Florida. So I guess the SEC gonna have to cope with Deion putting on the mask and committing highway robbery, all our top recruits. Come on, Deion, leave us somebody, man. Jeez, I know you're trying to help Kelly teams become a powerhouse, but hey, man, you got to leave the SEC some top players too. I understand why you're doing it. I mean, I don't blame you, Prime. You let us do all the work while you come in like a thief in the night and take them from us after they aren't already committed. Yeah, I see you, Prime, trying to work your little charm and magic off our top SEC recruits. But come on, man. Don't take all our players, Prime. I know you want Kelly's team to do better than her trash toilet Georgia Tech team. But come on, Jackson State. Come on, y'all. But anyway, that's what I'm coping on this week.
I'm just hoping that this stuff that Deion is doing is legit. The last thing we need is for Jackson State to be under probation.
He's doing some trickery moves, man.
But I mean, I think it's legit because the reality is he has a direct pipeline to the NFL. He's relevant to even current players. He can get these kids access that a lot of the top schools don't even have access to in terms of getting some of these kids contacts with some of the current players where they can be more personable contacts, not donation contacts, but to get them to be able to talk with some of the pros, because Deion is still very much revered within the current landscape of players. So I'm just hoping that there'll be no sanctions or anything that will stop what he's doing. And I hope, Deion does so well that Jackson State will ultimately be able to play some of the Power 5 schools and beat them. And that would be awesome if he's able to do that. But like I said, if he does a great job, I don't know if he will stay at Jackson State. Will he go to a PWI? Yeah. That's going to be real interesting. All right.
You know Deion, Rev. He gonna go with that. If they write him a check, they pay that money. He'll go, especially because he trying to. I remember back when he was talking about being an NFL coach. So if he succeeded at Jackson State and he feel like, okay, I can go to a power school, that'll help my chances of being an NFL coach, because I honestly think that's his goal. I think he's trying to become an NFL coach, but he got to start somewhere. He can't just come out the booth and be an NFL coach. He can't come from the NFL network and be an NFL head coach. He gotta start from the bottom. So you start at Jackson State. Maybe you get a job at a ACC. I don't think you get an SEC. Well, who knows? But if he do well at both of those, if he do well at a couple of those programs, I can see the NFL looking his way soon. Not now, but soon.
All right.
He got stuff though.
I don't know how Kelly feels about you saying he got to start from the bottom with Jackson State. I'm just playing. Here we go. All right, Joe Black said he's doping on beating Coach and Fence. There we go. That was the one I was looking for, Joe. Hopefully setting up a finals matchup with Rev. Hey, man, after what my opponent did this past Thursday with Herbert, Justin Herbert, I don't know if I'm going to make it to the finals, but if you do, that'll be your first championship. Rev has already got a fantasy championship, but nevertheless, hopefully I'll be the first two-timer in our league, but we'll see what happens. Kelly didn't mean that. He said to appease the parents. Okay. Yeah. Talking about Brian Kelly. Dope. Maurice Thor seeing Lamar Jackson work his magic from a cramp to produce a comeback win on Monday night. Man, that was a great game. It's amazing. It took that backup guy, McSorley, to get hurt for Jackson to come out and limp out to play that last play. Man, that was unbelievable, man.
I don't know what Lamar Jackson ate, but Lord have mercy, boy. He really had to go to the restroom, didn't he? I'm glad
he said he was cramping. He was cramping up. So we'll see. I don't know. But
we believe you.
All right, Maurice Thor said, give the Negro Leagues their due, no doubt. He also says, at no moment my Miami Hurricanes defense getting mowed down for nearly 800 yards against it. Man, that was like a backyard whooping, man. Coach and I were watching that game, man, and that was just absolutely ridiculous. Maurice Thor, you're banned from saying anything about the Miami Hurricanes for the rest of this season. You're banned. No, I'm just playing.
I'm glad I work not to see that massacre.
That was so disappointing, man. It was a massacre, man. It was absolutely embarrassing. What North Carolina? I mean, they were just toying with the Hurricanes. It was so bad. All right, Amani got some heat for coaches, USC Trojans. You knew it was coming, Coach. USC are who we thought they were, frauds. What's up?
You ain't said that all year, my buddy.
Well, you knew it was coming.
Wait
I had perfect picture for NCAA. Congrats, Kelly. Congrats, Kelly. All right. Joe Black says, nope, the Falcons let everyone interview Riddick while they interview an in-house candidate. So you will getting some of Coach's and Red's energy. Right on, Coach, about Drew Brees. Somebody I think I saw was in my amen corner. Oh, okay. Kelly Nicole, you're buying steak this year. Don't mind me. Rev needs to cope with the fact that he needs to get a collection plate ready to pay the tab. I will not be taking any of Axaface money to take these gentlemen out if it comes to that. Just want to make sure nobody thinks I'm making it rain with Axaface money. I don't want anybody to get the wrong notion. All right, this would not be a write-off. Cope with watching the SEC title with Florida versus Alabama, knowing UGA would be there if Daniels would have started sooner. That's a possibility, no doubt about it. Look at Red's face. Lewis is gone. Howard Sheffield, a good deacon from St. Peter Missionary Baptist Church, rubbing in his co-worker's Red's face. Kelly Nicole says the Falcons are going to act like they just lost out on Lewis Reddick. Yep, that's what they're
Hold
going
on.
to do.
He ain't gone yet, Howard. Has he signed
All
with
right.
somebody?
Chardin keeps saying Red. Y'all looking at the wrong candidate. It's about Rick Smith and not Riddick.
Oh, God. Well, you might get your wish, Dennis, and then we'll see how wrong you are.
Howard Sheffield is on a throwing shade at the Falcons binge this morning. Is Julio Jones still on the Falcons? Dang. All right. And
a Bears fan talking crap.
All right. And the Power Fives are so salty. You see Kelly is happy what Jackson State is doing, what Deion DeJoy doing.
I'm about to say something.
Why can't they go to HBCUs? The resources are not the same, and the television exposure is not the same. Who knows, though, if the HBCUs wind up playing in the spring like they initially scheduled to do so, they may get more exposure in the fall. Who knows? We'll see. A general manager should always be a former NFL player. That's a good take. That is a big HBCU as a whole. Let's see. Alexis Hill, the Falcons are interviewing two other candidates I just heard and read. One is the Texans' former GM and president of operation. The other one is Anthony Robinson. Sheffield says, Rev, you got it right. Now, hopefully this feeds into the other schools, not just football. Yeah, that's good. Dante says, I hope they beat UGA. All right. You talk about Jackson State. Okay. Kelly said, we're going to be on probation anyway. The SC schools in Mississippi are looking at JSU with their magnifying glass. They already tried. You know that's for sure. Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss, you already know what the deal is right there. JSU going to crack some skulls. I love what's going on. I'm with you, Vincent Woodruff.
No, they not. No, they not.
Amani, that's a Mississippi Valley State fan right there. But, Coach, you're going to lose that battle right now as long as Deion is there.
Oh, no, I'm going to tell you why in a few minutes.
All right, Falcons draft stock moves up. All right, we got to move quickly, man, because the 12 o'clock hour is coming. We have to make these picks. Amani says, nope. Matt, Noodle, Ryan throwing 3 picks. Time to replace that bum, no doubt. James, brother Joe Black says also coping with Jason Whitlock still having a column. He's got to be the biggest sellout. That's an interesting. Now we have to say that story for another day. That was an interesting statement that Whitlock wrote about in terms of the fired black coaches that took place in the NCAA. Coach Arthur not interviewing Lewis Reddick like the other teams. I guess he's saving the best for last. Kelly is just bragging on her undefeated. She called UNC. They probably told the Canes which way they were going to run the ball. There was nothing to do. That's what it sure looked like last week. You ain't never lied, Vincent. Let's hope Blanket still screwed this up. Oh man, Rev gonna use the stimulus money to buy those steaks. Boy, Vincent, you've been on me for a few weeks, man. You know, you're the only one on me. That means you're a newbie to the show because everybody knows this was about to be named the Rev Sports Picks Weeks because I won so many championships, or the Rev Invitation. But that's what we were about to name it. So I gotta understand. You see Vincent Williams, you see nobody else is joining your energy. All the veterans, they land back because they know this is normally Rev segments, not segment, but segments. And my co-hosts know what the deal is. See, I'm gonna start posting when we do our picks. We're gonna have to say how many time champions underneath it, so people won't waste our energy with that kind of foolishness that Vincent is coming at me with. But no, I'm just joking with you.
We appreciate your modesty, Rev.
No doubt about it, man. I learned it from the best. Coach, you know Valley's not beating us this year. Vince, man, I love you too, bro. I love how you come at me. It's wonderful.
Okay, I'm waiting.
I'm looking forward to seeing your perceived dominance in the years to come. All right, that's good that you plan on watching the show for some years. You probably don't have to wait too long. It'll probably happen next season when everything is back to normal, where we won't be canceling games for COVID. That's been throwing me off this year.
You see what Kelly said?
What'd she say?
You see what Kelly said?
What'd she say?
You know Valley not beating us this year.
Yeah, I just read that, Coach. Yeah.
But guess what, Kelly? What I'm talking about is when those so-called big-time recruits come to Jackson State, are they going to have their own personal masseuse, or they own personal stuff, when they get dropped in the middle of the hood that is Jackson State, are they gonna stay? Stay tuned for that. See, I'm gonna let you slide, but you done talk about Valley, so I'm gonna get you back now.
But Coach, you know Valley can't compete with those recruits, man. Come on, man. Come on.
I know we ain't never tried to get nothing like that, but see, they think Jackson State finna win. Somebody said Jackson State gonna play for the national championship now. I said, really? Oh, okay. They ain't played for it in many years. Okay, let me stop.
Let's stop, man.
I wish Shelby would come on and talk about Mississippi Valley State. Boy, I wish that would happen. She lose on Coach.
Vincent said you won't be able to use COVID as an excuse for the males next year. No, because I'll be replacing them with W. I mean, come on, Vince.
You right.
Vince.
Next year they ain't gonna win.
I need Vince to understand this. Understand this. Even with me not winning a championship this year, we have awarded 8 championships. Ask me who's won 5 out of the 8.
Here you go.
Ask me who's won. Ask me who won 5 out of 8. Now we got 5 out of 6 this year. Even if I don't win, if I don't even win next year, 5 out of the 10 championships that have been awarded, who's won? Revs won 50% of. So I want you to feast on that, Vincent Woodruff. God bless you. May the Lord bless you and keep you is my sincere prayer. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. See how my co-hosts, they know the drill. They know COVID's helped them this year. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. All right, let's move forward, man. Let's move forward. We got to make these picks. We got 5. I think we got 4 games, man. 4 games to pick from. And we got some games to pick from. So here we are with the games. Before we go to the game, let's see where we stand. Red is 28-12, 1-2, lost 2 last week, won Iowa and Georgia. Rev has the same record, won the same 2 games. And Coach went up 3 games. He's 31-9. He got USC. And like we said before the show started, we wish we had picked that USC game because we would have picked up a game on Coach, because I know Red was going to be going with Oregon. I would have been going with Oregon, and Coach would have definitely gone with USC. But nevertheless,
yeah,
it did not happen. It did not happen. So we can't say anything about it. All right, gentlemen, let's see where we're going to rock with this week. I'm trying to get these standings out the way. And let's see. I'll pull up these games. All right, so we got the AAC championship coming up. So let me get this music straight. And then we'll start making some picks. Red, got to think hard and long, man. This is probably the week where if you're going to make up any ground, you're going to have to make up ground this week, because I don't know how many bowl games going to be played. So we might be out of luck.
Like I say, Coach it might be a landslide victory for both. I don't even know what my NFL record looking like. I might have a chance in college. We'll see. I'm afraid to look at the NFL record.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to see. All right, here we go, man.
After the Browns and the other teams bent me over last week. Lord have mercy.
All right, let me get some music, man, to try to encourage us in this season. Let's see. Let's get a little music in here. Let's see what it is. All right. The soon-to-be potentially NCAA champ for the first time winning a championship on the Red Rev Sports Show. Coach, who you rocking with? Who you rocking with, Coach, for the AAC championship?
Cincinnati. Tulsa's not going to be able to keep up with that 4-minute offense that Cincinnati got. So I'm going with Cincinnati.
All right, Red. Coach is rolling with Cincinnati. Who you rolling with?
I'm rolling with Cincinnati too. I don't trust Tulsa. Cincinnati been most consistent down the field all year long. If I thought Tulsa had a chance, I'd take them, but I think Cincinnati don't finish this one. I mean, they try to make a case to get into the top 4. Well, you don't win this game, you ain't got a chance to get into the top 4. You ain't gonna get in there anyway. But you definitely better win this game. You even think about trying to argue about getting into that top 4. You better win this game, Cincinnati. So they'll probably win it. But they'll still be on the outside looking in there.
All right, gentlemen, I'm going to make it unanimous. This is not the game to try to move forward and try to get a game on Coach, because I think Cincinnati is just definitely the more dominant team, even though, can I be honest, I haven't watched the down of them playing this year nor the other team. So I'm going with the consensus, as well as the Las Vegas line, which I normally don't like to try to make those kind of picks, but Vegas got Cincinnati up by 14, so they're not looking at this game being close. So it's unanimous Cincinnati. Big 12 championship. Red, who you rolling with? Number 10, Oklahoma, or number 6, Iowa State? Who you rolling with?
Man, it's a pretty good one too. No, not really. Oklahoma the favorite. Well, but I'm gonna take Iowa State. I'm gonna go with Iowa State for the upset. I like how them boys are playing. They don't have some good victories this year. I'm gonna roll with Iowa State because I got a feeling Coach gonna take Oklahoma. So I'm gonna take Iowa State, and let's see what happens. I don't care about nobody play defense in the Big 12, so really just come down to who offense gonna have the best day. So we'll see. Iowa State in the upset.
If this were in the beginning of the year, I would have definitely gone with Iowa State, because Oklahoma is prone to lose some games. But Oklahoma hadn't lost since earlier in the season. They're playing some good football. I think they're playing the best football in the Big 12. So I'm going to roll with Oklahoma, even if Coach goes with Oklahoma as well. Who you got, Coach?
I mean, Oklahoma is the most overrated number 10 team in the country. Spencer Rattler has done absolutely not a great job like he should have with them 2 losses. They were 2 terrible losses. You know, I don't see how Iowa State managed to get to number 6. They okay. They're not as great. This one is a tough one. I don't know which way to go, but I guess I'll go. I guess Oklahoma decided to play football this weekend and beat Iowa State, so I'm going to go with Oklahoma.
We already knew where Coach was going with this one, man.
Not really, now. Not really.
First.
Oklahoma is overrated, though.
Yeah, but I knew you weren't going with Iowa State, man. Especially since they had now lost in the games recently. So that's kind of how I knew that was just a little bit of suspense that you were trying to bring to the table.
Yeah, Coach. Don't scare me like that, man. I'm trying to catch up with you. I can't afford to have you just picking the same team down the street.
All right, let me pause real quick. Let's see what the fans rolling with so far with the first games that we.
Who with me, Rev? Come on, who with me?
Is Rev the Alabama of this league? You know this, Vincent Woodruff. You know that. There you go, Vincent, the Swami. See, those statistics brought things back into proper perspective. He thought about that thing. He said, dang, Coach, Rev been a champion 5 out of 6, and if he doesn't even win next year, 5 out of 8, then if he doesn't win the next year, 5 out of 10, that makes sense, don't it? Man, I tell you.
Hey, Vincent, your comments are starting to be like Vanderbilt. Just worthless and useless. Stop making these Vanderbilt comments, bitch.
All right, Coach, man, look at Howard Sheffield coming for your boys, Valley and Garbage. They can't beat Gresham Park, man. Coming for you.
Howard, when has Savannah State won anything? What has Savannah State won? Least likely to play in a winning season? What have they done? Play Savannah State? Oh, my God.
Coach, he coming at you like he said the last time Valley did something, Jerry Rice was on the team. That's how he coming at you like that, man. The
last time Savannah State something when they first started playing and they won 1 game that year. Bye, man. Goodbye. You can't talk about Savannah State in athletics.
Vincent said the reason why y'all weren't talking about anything while I was talking about my championship prowess on this show because I muted your mics. That's funny. All right, Armani has Cincinnati. Maurice Thrower has Cincinnati. Vincent has the Bearcats that will happen to be Cincinnati. Kelly's going with Cincinnati. Looks like everybody's going with Cincinnati. Then Maurice Thrower's going with Iowa State. Kelly's going with Nicole. Kelly's going with Nicole. That does go together, Kelly and Nicole. My bad. She's going with Oklahoma. Vincent Woodruff is going with the Oklahoma Sooners. Alexis Hill says Iowa State in the close one. Armani's rocking with Oklahoma.
Alexis, my dog.
Vincent Woodruff said true that Red Big 12 hadn't seen defense since 2000. That's for sure. Maurice Thor said, I told y'all about number 28 for Iowa State. He's a good running back. Vincent Woodruff said, funny math, Rev. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. That's some realistic math, too. All right, Howard Sheffield says Cincy and Iowa State. Let's move on, gentlemen.
Rolling with me. My UPS coworker rolling with me today.
Let's move on to the next set of games. Here we go. The Big Ten Championship. Number 14, Northwestern against the Ohio State. I think it is on me.
Yeah, it's on you, Rev.
I mean, I don't have to take time. Ohio State in the landslide, 2-touchdown win. It's not even going to be close. There are too many athletes on Ohio State, Northwestern. Good story. But you're not going to be able to compete against Ohio State. They'll go on to play in the college playoffs. So I got Ohio State. Who you got, Coach?
And Northwestern going to be going north by Ohio State. They probably win by 20.
All right. Redrick, who you have, sir?
Ohio State, man. Justin Fields working on the Heisman. They got Ohio trying to do big things. Northwestern, like I said, is a good story, but it ends today. Good season, though, Northwestern, but it ends today.
All right. So unanimous with Ohio State, sorry. Coach, it's on you for the ACC Championship. Number 3, Clemson versus number 2, Notre Dame. So whoever you pick, it's probably likely that we're not going to pick who you pick, so we can try to gain the game. But who you got, Coach?
Notre Dame almost lost to Clemson when they didn't have Trevor Lawrence. So this game is going to be titled the Trevor Lawrence Revenge Tour. Clemson is going to beat them and go to the finals. It's going to be the Trevor Lawrence Revenge Tour.
All right, Red, who you got, man?
I'm rolling with the undefeated team. I'm rolling with the Fighting Irish. Unfortunately, it's a big game, ACC tournament, and Brian Kelly talking a lot of smack today, talking about what he want to do or what he ain't gonna do if his team make the playoffs. Well, first you gotta win, Brian Kelly. How about you win the game first? But I think you're ready. You got a team like, I mean, it was a good game last time you played. Clemson backup quarterback. He did all he could do, but he ain't no Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is back, but hey, Notre Dame got their own. Notre Dame has a powerhouse offense themselves. I'm not going to say led by Ian Book or Cook or whatever his name is. I'm going to say led by Brian Kelly, because Brian Kelly is the maestro of that offense. He is the coordinator. He is the ringmaster. He is everything to that offense. He is everything to that team. Brian Kelly, I hope you got a game plan ready, because we're going to need the best of you today. But I'm pulling for you. Notre Dame over Clemson, and hoping that can enter me one game to upset coach for this college tournament.
I'm not going to try to use this game as the one to get closer to coach. I'm going to go with Clemson. Clemson just has too much talent, too many dogs. Trevor Lawrence. I got to go with coach. We're talking about the revenge tour. And Notre Dame, you barely beat them with the back when they had the backup quarterback. Trevor Lawrence been back in the motion. He's over COVID-19, and he's going to put on a clinic. Give me Clemson. Real quickly, before we go to the last game, since we had a lot of games canceled this year, are we going to rock with some of the bowl games this year? We're making an on-air decision.
I just done that. Because we're going to do the finals, right? The semis and the finals.
Yeah, but we missed out on a lot of games to pick this year with COVID cancellation. So are we going to pick the bowl games?
I thought we would just do the playoff games.
Okay.
How about that? Just the playoff games.
So that's only 2.
Strange black beats.
The 3 games.
It's college football season.
All right. Well, then we'll do it that way. Okay. All right. Last game. Red, it's on you. Alabama versus Florida.
Oh gosh.
It ain't gonna be no old guys for me. I don't have to think. I don't have to agonize. I don't have to do no brainstorming. Florida in an upset. Next.
I didn't hear it.
You heard it. Yeah. What did we do it, baby? Hey, I got one shot. I got one shot to catch coach, and I got to take all my shots. I got to lose myself in these picks today. So that's what I'm finna do. Eminem inspire me. I'm finna lose myself in these picks today. Go ahead, Red. Lose yourself. Woo!
You are definitely rolling the dice today, brother. Florida ain't winning this game. As much as I would love to go with you, Florida ain't winning this game. Alabama's gonna roll them real badly. And actually, if you're a Georgia fan, you might want Alabama to win because there's a slight chance that Georgia might be able to sneak into the college playoff because that would mean Florida will have 3 losses.
I doubt you think that's gonna happen real.
Well, if Clemson loses to Notre Dame for the second time, that may open up a spot. If Florida loses, that's 3 losses. And then Georgia has gotten better since that Florida loss because they've secured their quarterback. So there's an outside chance if everything goes crazy that there's a chance Georgia could sneak up in there. It is a big chance? Absolutely not. But if you're a Georgia fan, you want Florida to lose this game because a one-loss Alabama team is still going to the college playoff. They'll pick 2 SEC schools before they'll go into the Big 12 because they need the biggest money maker they can get. And that's why, because of the COVID culture, that's why Georgia is a very viable option if by chance it goes crazy. But a lot of those guys have already opted out of the bowl game. But I'm sure they could opt back in if by chance, they somehow find a way to the college playoff. I know it's slim to none that Georgia finds its way.
Clemson will have to lose too, right? Clemson will have to lose.
Yeah, because if Clemson wins and if it's a close game, Clemson and Notre Dame is a close game, then they're going to probably have both of those guys play again because that would be a tiebreaker. Now, if Clemson blows out Notre Dame, then Notre Dame might lose their shot. But because it'd all be about the Trevor Lawrence factor.
We'll see what happens, but I think it's over for the Bulldogs as far as the college playoff. But I would love for them to sneak in the back door. I would love for that to happen, especially with the quarterback with the way our quarterback playing now.
Yeah, if they do sneak in the back door, it had to be one of those little doors with the little square where a cat can go through in. That's the only way to get back. Right. But Coach,
the Home Alone door.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Coach, tell us why you're going with Alabama.
Because Alabama is angry. There is nobody that's close to them look like this year. So, it's going to be a bloodbath. Alabama is looking for that national championship, and only Clemson can stop them maybe, but Florida, they're going to have to throw shoes at them to beat them.
All right, here we go. Fans hear their picks right here as we get ready to pick them. See what the fans pick. Bam, we got Vincent Woodruff said hands down Buckeyes. Kelly Nicole, Ohio State. Joe Black, Ohio State. Lost my place. Alexis Hill, Ohio State. Maurice Thor, tell us how you really feel. I can't stand the suck eyes. Go Northwestern. That shows more like hate than a real pick. But okay, Big Ten changed their rules for them. I mean, yeah, you can't blame them. They got to have their cash cow in the game. That makes sense. Yes. COVID messed up. And then everybody knew the shenanigans that Jim Harbaugh pulled last week. He was trying to prevent them from being able to go to the game, canceling the game. So you already know what that deal was. Vincent Woodruff has Notre Dame over Clemson. Okay. Jameson said Clemson by 17. Clemson in a close one. Alexis Hill says Clemson. Trevor Lawrence is back, says Armani. Kelly Nicole's trying to be undefeated for the second week in a row, said Clemson. So I'm believing I'm in good shape. That pick. Vincent Woodruff said Brian Kelly said a couple of Hail Marys to touchdown Jesus this week. His team got to cash that. Check his mouth just wrote. No doubt about it. That's a good one. Vincent, man, you on fire today, brother. Maurice Thrower, Clemson. Watch out for the future Dolphins first pick. Travis Etienne. We'll see. We'll see. Vincent Woodruff said that brother's a workhorse. He'll go very high. Great multi-purpose back. No doubt about it. Thomas Hoke, I'm so late to the party. Morning, guys. Notre Dame in the upset. We're glad that you made it to the party. Better late than never. Maurice Thor says, I think y'all should do the bowl games. The fans have spoken. The fans have spoken, man.
You mean a Miami fan? A Miami fan who want to get his Miami team back on the show.
Since Coach was on the fence, I was neutral. You on the other side. A fan has spoken. We're doing the bowl games. I'm moving over to the other side. 2-1.
On this Miami Hurricanes up again.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
What?
Roll Tide.
I'm talking the Rev.
What's that? What's that?
You said we doing the bowl games?
You hinted at
the
it.
bowl games.
Yeah, didn't you hint at that? Didn't you hint at doing them?
No, I don't want to do any games. No.
Oh, see, Coach like to be safe. He a little scary. He want to secure this little championship.
Oh,
okay.
You do whatever you want.
You know what, man? Let's do the bowl games.
We're doing the bowl games, man.
Let's do the bowl games.
Coach a little scary, man.
You supposed to be confident in your championship. We doing the bowl
Come on,
games,
man. Be secure in your picking knowledge. If you're the true champ.
Yeah,
if you're the true champ.
That's right, Rev.
Well, are you truly the COVID champ? Are you truly the COVID champ or the true champ?
Oh, yeah, that comes to psychology, don't it?
Yeah, that's right. We doing the bowl game now.
Armani said Roll Tide, Bama in a blowout 42-14. Not surprised he would pick such a blowout. Howard Sheffield rolling with us today. Ohio State, Clemson, and Bama. Joe Black. All right, Thomas Holcomb. The Falcons and Jets will be playing in the Tiger Bowl. Vincent Red must have eaten a whole bag of edibles on that pick. Go Gators, rep my home state. Hold on. Is someone going to throw a shoe?
Yep.
They're looking at Red. Bama in a blowout. Alexis said Alabama. Joe Black. But Texas A&M would get in before Georgia would. That's probably true. Unfortunately, they'll probably pick A&M. That's probably true. So, unless they somehow lose their game today. We'll see. Texas A&M will get in before Georgia. What about the Aggies? They're more deserving instead of UJ. Who did the Aggies really beat, though? I just want to know.
Yeah,
who did the Aggies beat?
Pretenders.
Since you're talking about more deserving, I mean, Georgia lost to the two teams that's playing in the SEC championship today. Who did Texas A&M? Oh, they beat Florida. They did beat Florida. I take that back. They did beat Florida in Texas A&M.
Hey, go Tennessee. Go Tennessee.
Graham, don't keep
What's
reading.
Up, James?
Don't keep reading, Graham.
Wheat Street versus Ebony's in the PNBC Bowl. Thomas, boy, you on one today, brother. You on one today, Thomas. Coach, don't get all COVID 28-3 on us. Oh, Maurice Throw with the shade right there. Oh, Maurice Throw with the shade throw right there. Don't get all COVID 28-3 on us. Coach, he said, if you scared, say you scared. That's what I think Maurice Throw was saying to you, Coach. If you scared, say you scared, Coach.
I'm gonna have to bring out my Stephen A. Smith on him. Let me tell you something, Maurice. Let me say this. It's not what you do, it's what you don't do. And I'm gonna say this finally for you. I ain't got to get ready because I stay ready, son. So don't worry about the picking no bowl. I'm picking the game. It don't matter to me. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm picking the game. End of story.
Okay.
All right. Well, we'll see. He took the glasses off for that one.
I see you not listening to you, Dennis.
All right, gentlemen.
I didn't see the
All right,
see the screen. So.
All right, gentlemen. Well, let's get ready, man. I had to change our color to our show, sports show. All right, gentlemen. Let me see if we got any comments after that one. Challenge. That's what James West said. Challenge. All right, gentlemen.
Only games in New York on us.
It's halftime of the Red Rev Sports Show, everybody. Thank y'all so much. Yeah, it's halftime, man. We took an hour just talking. So we got NBA still to come. And then we got some NFL picks to come. Hang out with your boys, Red Rev and the coach, for one more half of the Red Rev Sports Show. We're coming back soon. All right. Maurice Thor is throwing up some applause for Coach Stephen A.
Thomas.
Great. Can we talk about Bolivian snail ride? There you go, man. Thomas is just out of control, man. Thomas is just out of control. My Wheat Street Baptist Church partner right there. No, nobody can.
Oh my God.
Thomas Holcomb. All right, gentlemen, let's get ready to continue on with the Red and Red Sports Show. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Thank y'all so much for adding so much to the show. The fans, you all help this show be what it is, and we're so grateful that you all ride with us each week. And, man, I'm so glad that this technology makes our show even more fan-friendly. StreamYard has really been a blessing to us. The pandemic may have hurt some people, but it actually helped our show this year to be more palatable and presentable. Y'all like how I worked those P's right there? More palatable and presentable.
You did.
I sound like a preacher, don't I? More palatable, more palatable and presentable for presentation purposes. Oh, love the alliteration right there.
Somebody done checked in.
Who's that? Who's that checked in?
Oh, Woody.
Oh, is it Big Woodyard?
There you go.
Now, y'all do know why we hadn't heard much from Woodyard this year.
The Cowboys.
Yeah, the Cowboys have just done nothing. So that's why he makes a hit and run appearance, because he can't talk too much because his team is just in terrible shape right now. So we all know about why we hadn't seen Woody as much in the house. All right, gentlemen, let's get ready to press on. And we got to get ready to talk about my favorite sport. I like the way they dribble up and down the court. So let's get this NBA music so everybody know what we're talking on the Red and Rev Sports Show. Wrong song. Here we go. Let's get ready to talk some basketball. The NBA season begins this coming Tuesday, the 22nd with Reds. Los Angeles Lakers will be raising up a banner on Tuesday night as they open up with the Los Angeles Clippers. So during this segment, we're going to be talking about the NBA season, giving our preview. But before then, we got to go back to Coach's old team. Let's talk a little bit of James Harden and the Houston Rockets. During this past week, there was a lot of news that came out of Houston, and some of the news had to deal with Coach's boy who left up out of Houston by way of trade to Washington, where Russell Westbrook, it is reported, could not deal with the Houston Rockets' toxic James Harden culture, where Russ wasn't about that James Harden being late to the plane life, watching game film when he wanted to watch it live. So that's part of the reason it's being reported that Russell Westbrook wanted out of Houston and wanted to take his talents elsewhere. And people are saying James Harden has just caused the Houston Rockets culture to be very toxic, and they blame the former general manager, Brother Mowry, who is now with the Philadelphia 76ers, who have been slated in possibly trading for James Harden just as recent as a couple of days ago. Coach, I'm going to start with you, man, since your boy Russ was reportedly unhappy about the James Harden culture in Houston. Does that sound palatable to you, that Russ wasn't feeling that James Harden culture in Houston?
Well, I guess what you look at is the style of play that they were going through. James Harden brings the ball up. He dribbles till 22 seconds and either shoots or passes. And I don't know if a ball dominant guy like Westbrook was able to handle that. Now, on the flip side, before Westbrook got sick and he was playing, he had some pretty good numbers. So I don't know if I want to put all that into what he said by the being toxic, but I mean, you knew what you were getting into before you got there. You know what James Harden was about, what he does. So, you come in there and going with that, hey, you get what you pay for.
All right. What are your thoughts about the news that came out of the toxic culture in Houston because of James Harden, Red?
I want to commend Russell Westbrook for being honest. Honestly, that seemed like I gained a little more respect for Russell Westbrook this week, because obviously it's showing me that he's more about winning. He's more of a team player than James Harden, and he's just the biggest superstar as him. He's won the MVP. He's led his own team, and when Russell's saying, when Russell has a problem with you, he's ready to watch film. The other team is ready to watch film. They ready to practice. They ready to leave on the team playing. I mean, this is Russell Westbrook, new to the team, and he's buying in. He's not causing distractions. He's not the one that's bringing drama and trouble. It's Jimmy Harden. And Coach, man, I don't know, what is it, Coach, man? Why are you always cheering for teams that have these I know it's not your fault, but I always have these SSCAs again. Here we go. Another year, another example of SSCA. What does that stand for? Selfish, self-centered a-holes. You know the word I want to use. I'm not going to, I'm not use FCC violations, buttholes. But that's pretty much what James Harden is. A selfish, self-centered butthole. And it's upsetting. And we dealt with Antonio Brown last year. He was the first one. Now we got another one. And the funny thing is, both of these guys, neither one of them has any one of these a ring. You got these teams bending over backwards, trying to kiss butt and make these ringless superstars happy. It reminds me of the time back when LeBron, before he won a ring, how all the folks were acting. But you know what? At least LeBron, at least I can understand the LeBron, all the perks you were giving LeBron. I can't stand you giving perks to Jimmy Harden at all. This dude is a team killer. He's a superstar killer. He's a coach killer. He's a climate killer. I mean, everything you want to destroy about your team, that's what Jimmy Harden represents. He's the epitome of a selfish, spoiled loser. The dude ain't got no rings. He cried year after year because he wasn't winning the MVP. He finally got one, and his team still ain't winning. You don't drove off Kevin McHale, a bona fide winner. You don't drove away Dwight Howard, 3-time defensive player of the year. You don't drove away Chris Paul, one of the most respected point guards in the game. You don't drove away Russell Westbrook, one of the most respected, hard-working guy that leave it all on the court. Probably this generation's Allen Iverson. Dude, you drive away everybody. What is the common denominator of Jimmy Harden failing? Him, James Harden. It's you, partner. It's all on you. And the Sixers talking about they want to make a trade. Doc Rivers, I have no idea why you want to bring that headache to Philly. Joel Embiid, you better step up and say, I don't want that headache in Philly, because I'm telling you, you bring him to Philly and it's going to be Houston all over again, especially with Daryl Morey there ready to kiss his butt all over again. So look, I have lost pretty much all respect for James Harden, because his activities and his antics have led to nowhere, led to no winning, nothing. You ain't got nothing to show for with this guy. So look, however this situation ends, I won't be pulling for James Harden. And like I say, I've gained a little more respect for Russell Westbrook and his whole idea, because he showed me he care about winning. It ain't all about perks and stuff to him, man. Matter of fact, I didn't hear about Russell Westbrook trying to get perks even in OKC. You know, Westbrook, respect. Jimmy Harden, go away, dude. You ain't gonna win nothing. Please, Hawks, please don't try to get this guy. I already know the Lakers ain't gonna get him. Wherever you go, I'm gonna be dogging you out the rest of your career, because you ain't gonna do nothing. I hope Brooklyn don't bring you over there. Well, yeah, you know what? Let him go to Brooklyn. He'll fit right in with the other two guys I hate. Yeah, come on, Brooklyn. Trade for him. That's right. Brooklyn, Harden, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie all on the same team. It'll make my NBA much more easy. Done.
Tell us how you really feel. That was a classic Red rant. We see that he will not be pulling for any team that has James Harden anytime soon. You know, I agree with both of what you all said. James Harden, I don't know why teams go head over heels for guys who haven't delivered championships to them. You know, when LeBron was in Cleveland, it wasn't the fact that he was not capable of delivering a championship for them. He just didn't have the talent around him. I'm talking about the first time that he went to Cleveland.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody knows that James Harden would not have been the one to bring Houston a championship. It would have been, especially in that CP3 era, CP3. If CP3 didn't get hurt, there's a great chance that they would have beaten the Golden State Warriors with a healthy Kevin Durant, with the healthy Klay Thompson and Steph Curry. But James Harden is not a winner. I mean, he's the type of guy that loses and then be at the bar right after the game, after being eliminated from the NBA playoffs. He's just not that dude. He's actually toxic. He's going to put up his numbers. Your team may make the playoffs. You know, he'll, get a few highlights, but he's not a winner. And I don't know why teams will cater to such a player of that nature. And I just don't see if the rumors are true where the Philadelphia 76ers are willing to part ways with Ben Simmons in order for James Harden to go to Philadelphia. Good luck with Embiid and Harden getting along. That'll be interesting to see what happens, because Embiid is not short on his words. And Embiid has already, basically made Philadelphia his territory. And Harden, who hasn't really accomplished much, but winning one MVP, but has the same amount of rings as Joel Embiid, which would be 0. I don't know if Joel Embiid would be completely acquiescing to James Harden and getting with the program with James Harden beating the air out of the ball. But we'll see. Chris Traylor says, Red, I think he might be saying this to poke fun at you, because I don't see this happening. I hope the Hawks get hard.
Hawks ain't that crazy, man. I don't think Travis that crazy.
Yeah. Vincent said Russell knows ships help define your legacy, not always about the money. I respect for Russell for recognizing Jimmy need to get his life together. He'll wind up retiring with no meaningful hard way. I don't know if Russ is about the chips, but we know he's not about the shenanigans and foolishness.
Yeah.
Now, Coach, I'm gonna give one statement before we go to our NBA preview. And fellas, we're gonna hit it real hard. We're gonna make our picks and move. Chardin took a shot at your boy. 3 words that have never been spoken. Westbrook is a team player. That's actually 4 words, but no matter what. Actually 5. Actually 5. But nevertheless, Coach, what you think about that?
Chardin, do you remember when Russell Westbrook won his MVP? Didn't he help the team get to the playoffs? You know they lost in the first round. Didn't he do things to help the team? Did he go off on a tangent? Didn't some of those players have great years? I'm just asking. No need to get loud about it. I mean, if he wasn't a team player, how can they have succeeded if he had just went off on his own, kind of, sort of? You know, I mean, he's not the ultimate team player, but he does what's best for the team. How you get all those assists? Are those selfish assists? I've never heard of that stat. Selfish assists. That's a new one for me. You know, that since you're saying he's not a team player, that's it, Rev. No need to go on any further. I'm not going to get into that.
All right, you kind of
not today.
That's it, Coach. I spent a little more bigger and fire.
Normally, when you talk about Westbrook, you might get that fire, that heat. He was kind of real reserved.
Well, when you see a horse laying on the ground with a broken leg, you just can't keep beating it and it'll get up. So why beat that dead horse? Everybody wants to say that, but he's not a team player. Why beat that horse again? Bye. Waste of time.
All right. Jenny, you lucky you didn't say nothing about Kobe, boy, because I promise you, I'll be tough on you than Coach was. I'm just waiting for somebody to say something about my boy Kobe. Come on. I'm on fire today.
Red, why would we be talking about Kobe? Why? I mean, what does he have to do with? Yeah, you just want to just go off. I could tell that today. You just wait for somebody to come at your side.
I ain't get a chance to go off on Nessa Mama, who I need to be going off on for that lawsuit.
Well, you can say that for you have the right moment if you want to go into
it. Okay. Right. Thank you, Red.
All right, gentlemen, let's go to the NBA preview. During this preview, we're going to tell you who we think will be our most improved player, rookie of the year, MVP, and then who our NBA Finals teams will be. All right. So in other words, that's our prediction of who's going to be in the NBA Finals. And then we're going to make our NFL picks. All right. Let's go right into it. We won't have any particular order. Who wants at it first? Who's your most improved player coming for the 2020-21 season? Who you got?
Oh, boy. It's a tough one right here. I want to try not to be a homer, but it's the homer in me that needs these guys to step up just so my teams can win. You know what, Real? Man, that's too easy. I'll go with DeAndre Hunter for the Hawks.
You must have read that report before the show.
Yeah.
No, but I've been listening to the radio this week, and I have been listening to the preseason games. And it was either going to be DeAndre Hunter or THT for the Lakers, and I know that would have been an easy pick the way folks been slurping him this preseason. So I decided to go with a Hawks player, and I ain't want to say Cam Reddish because they'll probably end up starting Hunter before Reddish. So Hunter, you got a chance to be the most improved player. You're going to have your shot because Trey going to get double teamed. But they're going to have their eye on Bogdan and Gallinari. And like I say, man, you got a chance to prove to me this one season that you belong with the Hawks. Because if you don't, I'm going to be done with you. I'm going to want them to trade you and open up the flow for Reddish and let some of these other players step up. So, Hunter, you got this year and this year only to show me something that you belong with my Hawks. And you can definitely do that by winning most improved player. So, DeAndre Hunter, MVP. Come on, baby. Show me what you got. You were the number 4 pick for a reason. I want to see it this year. I want consistency out of you, man. Come on. We're trying to make the playoffs. You got to prove to me that you part of a winner. Show me something, DeAndre Hunter. Okay, I'm done.
All right, let me ask you a quick question, Red. So what kind of stats would Hunter need to put up to validate him being the most improved player?
Rev, he would have to average between 18 to 21 points a game. I need to see between 38 to 40% from 3. Free throw shooting needs to be consistent. Hey, I don't know who making these loud noises, but free throw shooting need to be consistent. It sounds like Vincent screaming so but free throw shooting need to be consistent. Field goal percentage, I guess between 42-50%. I'm just somewhere, just consistent numbers, but his points per game definitely need to be between 18 and 21 points per game. His 3-point percentage definitely need to be between 38. I say 37 to 42%. Defense, he ain't got to be all NBA first team, but if you made the all NBA defense team, even if it was third team, that'll be good. But your defense and your 3-point percentage has definitely got to improve. And I need your scoring average up, because we know Trey gonna average close to 30 a game. He need to have a second guy, definitely a third guy. You could be it, DeAndre Hunter. Come on, baby. Give me 18 to 21 games.
Let me interject. You might as well get ready to be disappointed. DeAndre Hunter is not averaging no 18 to 21 points a game. There's not enough basketballs for him to do that, because the Hawks just brought in too many other guys for him to be able to get those kind of touches, along with Trae Young already going to get his shots in. And as long as John Collins is still on the team, he's still probably the second best option on the team. I think what may be more realistic for DeAndre Hunter may be around 12 points. That definitely will not win the most improved player, but I think
might be the most disappointed player.
Well, I wouldn't even say disappointing, because when you have what the Hawks did was, instead of getting superstars, which they really weren't in position to do, they decided to, have a bunch of talent all throughout their roster. So therefore, you're looking at these guys going 10 to 12 deep. I mean, everybody on their team basically can play. And the unfortunate thing for DeAndre Hunter is a lot of the guys that they got on the team play the same position that he does. You got Kevin Huerter, you got Cam Reddish, you got Bojan Bogdanovic, you got Gallinari, who's in that 3-4 range. So therefore, it's just not really possible for him to be able to put up those kind of numbers. But we'll see what happens, and we'll see if DeAndre Turner makes that next push, because I actually have more faith in Cam Reddish long term than I do DeAndre Hunter.
Well, real quick, me too, Rev. I agree with the Cam Reddish. I knew I should have went with THT as my pick.
Well, I wouldn't even say THT, and I'll tell you why a little later. But I'm not going to stop Coach right quick. Coach, who's your most improved player? Go with it.
Oh, it's going to be Zion Williamson. I mean, as Zion gets more minutes, which they are promising him this year, I think he's in much better shape, because last year his defense was suspect last season. So he's getting better. He's improving. He's lost some of that weight. He said he's going to play more. So I say his numbers go up big time. So I'm going to go with Zion Williamson.
That's a good pick.
Now, hold on. Let me pull up Zion right quick. So I want to see what would be.
What do you average? 22?
Last year, Zion averaged 22.5, 6.2 rebounds, and 2.1 assists. What would be improved about that, Coach? Like, what would he have to do besides being healthy? Because we know that health did not assist him this past season. So what kind of numbers would he bring to the table to be most improved?
25 and 10. And like I said, he did that in limited minutes. Not his fault, but the Pelicans are going to increase his minutes, so his numbers should go up as they increase his minutes. So I think all his categories are going to improve this year.
Yeah, that'd be great. And his 3-point percentage too. If you can get that going, man, they're gonna be a force to be reckoned with. Cause Brandon Ingram, my most improved last year, and he ready to ball out.
All right. My most improved with the kind of stats that he would have to put up to improve would make him basically the MVP, and that's Bradley Beal. I'm going with Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal, yeah, he averaged 30.5 last year, 4.2 rebounds, 6 assists. Now, I don't see him improving much upon averaging 30.5, but I think the Wizards are going to improve, and therefore the team will improve to be a playoff caliber team. And I think he'll get the recognition because this will be the first time that he would ever be the man on the team since the John Wall era is officially over. And I think Russell Westbrook, because he's already accomplished being the MVP, would not mind making his transition to Washington a bit smoother by pushing Bradley Beal, who still has more youth on his side than Russell Westbrook. And I believe because Russ does not necessarily have the stigma attached to him that he's the best teammate, he might do whatever he can do to push Bradley Beal into the spotlight so that Bradley Beal can be the NBA talent that everybody knows that he's capable of being as the number one guy. You got your Baptist finger up. Go ahead, Red.
Yeah, now, Rev, I mean, I agree with you that I think the Wizards are going to be an improved team, definitely with Westbrook running the point and setting Bradley Beal up. But now, my question with him winning most improved players because he's already been an all-star. So isn't it going to be tough to get somebody who's already been an all-star, most improved player? I'm just asking.
I would say in certain cases, yes, but let's remember that Bradley Beal has not been a perennial all-star. You know, like he's maybe a one-time all-star, maybe?
One time. I think it was definitely one time, I know. Yeah, I know he was supposed to make it last year and everybody went crazy when he did.
Yeah, he's not a perennial all-star. When we start talking about guys who are perennial, we're talking about the Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant's, those guys. But Bradley Beal has not yet reached that top tier. He has top tier talent, but he has not reached that top tier in the NBA. So I still think he has some room to go. And if he excels this year, would I be saying this next time about most improved player? No, I'm just saying it more so because this will be the first time that he's taken the mantle as the guy on the team. Everybody knowing that coming into the season, and his team has a legitimate chance to be good because of the fact that now he has Russell Westbrook. Last year he didn't have John Wall. So everybody may be looking at what Bradley Beal did last year, as what Shannon Sharp says on Undisputed, as empty calories because he was putting up numbers for a team that wasn't going anywhere. The Wizards weren't competing for anything. So that's why a lot of people, I don't think, will really give Bradley Beal a lot of credit for what he did last year. He just put up numbers, but there was no substance to the numbers because his team was trash. So if you add substance with the numbers, then that may make him be most improved. That's my logic behind it.
I agree. I think Westbrook. I think that Westbrook trade is probably that's gonna help the Wizards. I mean, I know Westbrook. Like I say, he has his issues with other places, but playing with a player like Bradley Beal, if they stay healthy, Bradley Beal might be his best teammate since Kevin Durant because he wasn't doing anything with Harden. Bradley Beal plus Westbrook, they might make a better combination because we know Westbrook can handle the ball. Bradley Beal don't need to handle the ball. He just need to get the ball in his spot and go from there. So I don't know, Coach. You say you with the Wizards this year, right?
Yeah, and I thought they should have picked up Jorge Mirzon as well for stability.
I think they definitely gonna be a playoff team. Them and my Hawks might battle it out. They might even be higher because, like I say, Westbrook he definitely gonna be a little happier in this situation, and I think he's back with his old coach again. So I'm honestly anticipating seeing how this Westbrook with the Wizards work out. Sorry, Real.
No problem. Let's move on real quickly. NBA Rookie of the Year. Coach, I'll start with you first this time. You got anybody who you have hot on the NBA rookie track?
The person that I'm gonna easily go with is the one the Hawks should have gotten. That's Obi Toppin. Toppin is gonna really help the New York Knicks. He's gonna flourish big time. He's at home playing. Well, it ain't gonna be nobody in the game, but he's playing in his home state, playing for the home folk. I think he could be close to putting up a double-double. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I know he's gonna be one of the focal points of their offense. And if not him, then you only can pick one. So I'm gonna go with Toppin.
All right. He's going with Toppin. Red, who you rolling with, man?
I can't believe I'm about to say this. And I'm finna pump up two guys who really don't need me pumping them up. I want Anthony Edwards in Minnesota to win. You know, I'm a big Ant-Man fan. I'm gonna be pulling for him too. But personally, I think LeVar Ball and Michael Jordan are gonna be pretty happy at the end of the year if what I think finna happen in Charlotte happen. And I think LaMelo Ball is about to show his tail. I think he is finna come out and just be him. I think he's gonna come out and be himself. Now, I don't know how consistent it's gonna be, but he's gonna give it some highlights. He's definitely gonna have some games. He might go out there and try to shoot like Kobe, but I'm pulling for LaMelo. I think LaMelo Ball gonna win Rookie of the Year. I mean, if he go out and just make Charlotte any kind of must-see TV, if we talking about Charlotte during the season because of him, if he come out there balling like he's been balling throughout his career, scoring consistently, if he show me, because we all think he's the ball brother that can actually score. If he does his thing, hey, MJ, you might have found you another player since Kemba Walker. And LeVar Ball, boy, if his youngest boy win Rookie of the Year, you ain't gonna be able to shut him up. So, but hey, he got a chance. If it ain't Ant-Man, I'm going with LaMelo Ball.
Now, for the record, for people understanding why Red was talking about he rolls with Ant-Man. Ant-Man is from Atlanta. He went to Thurl High School. That's in Atlanta public school before he transferred. So there's a little hometown cooking with that particular love that Red has for one Anthony Edwards. Go ahead, Coach.
Have you seen what LaMelo has done so far?
Tell us.
3 of 15 in his first two games shooting. You better improve on that if you want to be Rookie of the Year. I know he got a little highlight pass to pull out at the end, but 3 of 15 ain't gonna cut it.
Well, here's the thing, and actually, I'm actually agree with Red that I wouldn't be surprised.
What? LaMelo Ball?
LaMelo, even though I said prior to the draft that Charlotte would be the worst place because there would be too much pressure put on them, plus there's no savvy NBA veteran that would have rolled with them. I am glad, even though this guy got hurt again, Gordon Hayward can be a stable force for him, even if he's not on the court. But I think bringing in a veteran like Gordon Hayward will help LaMelo Ball. And I think Gordon is not trying to get the spotlight where LaMelo would feel like he's threatened, that Gordon Hayward is threatened by him. Gordon Hayward not looking for the spotlight. He's just trying to keep getting a check. They can keep allowing it to deposit on the 1st and the 15th. That's where Gordon Hayward is now. He ain't trying to win no championship. He wouldn't have gone to Charlotte trying to win a championship. So that's where he is right now. He left Boston where he could be in better position to win a championship to go to Charlotte just to keep getting paid and have better summers in the fall, right? Well, better fall because it's warmer in Charlotte. But nevertheless, reason why I say LaMelo, because LaMelo has more room for error, right? Because he's going to get all the minutes in the world. He doesn't have to share the ball with anybody. So he can have the best opportunity to make mistakes and improve them sooner than later. You look at somebody like an Anthony Edwards, Minnesota's trying to get on the tail end of the playoff hunt. So Anthony Edwards would not get the same amount of opportunities like LaMelo will, because you still got Carl Anthony Towns, who's the man. And he's not going to sit up there and let Anthony Edwards get all these shots in the world. That ball is going to Cat first. And then they brought in your boy from who got drafted by the Lakers. What's his name? D'Angelo Russell. You know, he's coming off
no, he gonna get shot.
And he ain't the kind of guy that's gonna acquiesce to a rookie. So Anthony Edwards, he's gonna have to get accustomed to being a third wheel. Who does LaMelo have to deal with? Come on, and somebody give me your Keith Sweat impersonation. Nobody. Right, nobody. And he just has a chance to do what needs to be done by having all the opportunities in the world to be able to mess up, to take a lot of shots. Remember, 72 games is a long season. He'll be able to make a whole lot of mistakes. So by game 15, LaMelo will be doing things that a lot of guys will still be working on because they didn't have as many opportunities. I like coach's pick with Ami Toppin, but I just don't see RJ Barrett giving him the chance to be the rookie of the year because RJ Barrett wants that shine, you know. So, and then you got people like Randall, who used to play for the Lakers and also the Pelicans. Randall trying to play for a contract. A lot of them guys up after this year, and I don't see them acquiescing to Ami Toppin. I think the best thing that could happen to Toppin is if the Knicks can get rid of some of those guys that they added to the team after they couldn't get one of those big-time free agents year before last, to give Ami Toppin and RJ Barrett the opportunity to shine. Then that may help Ami Toppin a whole lot. Last word, Red, go with it.
Rev, I agree completely. Like you were saying, Anthony Edwards playing with Russell and Cat, he gonna have to find his game. You know what I'm saying? So he gonna have whatever game he get, he gonna have to find it while they doing their thing. Ball, he ain't gonna have to look for anything. He gonna get, like you say, he gonna get most of the minute. He gonna get the ball, gonna be in his hand pretty much all the time. He ain't got nobody over there to compete with. I don't think Terry Rozier gonna be making any big time, demands for the ball. I mean, he'll be happy he got a guy like Ball to play with. Maybe he can take the pressure off him a little bit. So, like you say, Real, Ball gonna get every opportunity to show, to should prove to us that he everything LeVar Ball said he was. Whereas Ant-Man, he gonna have to fight to prove what type of play he is, playing with Cat and D. Russell, to start his career. Not saying he's going to be a bust, but to start off, you got two dominant guys who need the ball for you starting off with. Whereas in Charlotte, Gordon Hayward hurt. Rozier is more a point guard. He can score, but Ball is going to have that ball in his hand. He's going to be doing highlight reels. He's going to be doing everything he can. He is going to have the opportunity to make the Hornets his team.
I totally agree. Let's get ready to shift gears. I'll open this segment. NBA MVP. Who will it be? NBA MVP. I think the person I'm thinking about will not only win the MVP, but he probably will win NBA Comeback Player of the Year. And I'm going with Kevin Durant. I think Kevin Durant's going to be the MVP this year. I think the Brooklyn Nets are primed to be the best team in the East. I think they won't collapse until the playoffs. Remember, the NBA MVP is a regular season award. They have the most talent. They're going to make the biggest jump out of all the teams. I think there's going to be Greek freak fatigue. He's already won the past two NBA finals. NBA MVPs. So therefore, a lot of people are not going to be rolling to make the Greek freak MVP again. Greek freak is going to have to shoot the ball much better to even be considered. They're not going to give him MVP again if he's coming back with the same free throw percentage, same broke 3-point jump shot. That he's going to have to make significant improvement in order to be considered MVP. The Lakers are going to win the West. I don't think LeBron's going to play the minutes in order to win. Anthony Davis is not that MVP kind of dude. He's built to be somebody's Robin. I don't think Kawhi Leonard's going to play enough games to be MVP. And I don't see anybody else who's going to get the shots, who's going to get the wins like Kevin Durant. So this is why I wouldn't be surprised if Kevin Durant comes back, even with Kyrie Irving on his team, and becomes this year's MVP. Who wants at it next? Who got it?
Go ahead, Coach.
I think actually, in a surprise, this is going to be a surprise to everybody. My choice for MVP is going to be a dark horse, and it's going to be tough to see what he does. I'm gonna go with Damian Lillard. I'm gonna go with him, and he steps up. He realized that what he's done in Portland has not been exactly everything they expect from him in that contract. So I figure for him to jump up this year and push them a little harder and get them further in the playoffs. He has the talent. There's no denying that he has the talent. And I think he can come up this year and make a dent in the Western Conference. Will they win it all? No. But he's going to be playing at an MVP level all year to get them further than they ever been. So I'm going to go with a dark horse in Damian Lillard.
All right. Red, it's on you. Who you got with the MVP? We got to move it a little long.
Okay. Coach, that was inspiring. And I was going to go with a dark horse too, but in the middle of yours, I changed my dark horse pick. Instead of going Luka Doncic, who I was going to pick, I'm going Joel Embiid. I'm going Joel Embiid for the Philadelphia Sixers. I'm going to anticipate that Doc Rivers is going to have a major impact on the career of Joel Embiid this season. If he stays healthy, I mean, he is, but if he stays healthy and the Sixers are a contending team in the East and he putting up his big time numbers, Joel Embiid will be a candidate for NBA MVP. And I think it's about time he get into his prime, as long as he keep them legs healthy and keep exercising and keep coming on the floor, putting up numbers. Doc Rivers, we all know what the impact he makes on teams. Joel Embiid will be my candidate for NBA MVP. I can't go Anthony Davis because, like you say, Rev, number one, he got LeBron on the team, and number two, he's more Robin than Batman in a lot of big moments. He'll have those huge games, but the type of games that Joel Embiid will have for Philly will be more impactful than the games that AD will have for the Lakers because he got LeBron as the sidekick. So Joel Embiid is my choice for NBA MVP.
All right, let's move on. We see that Armani says Steph Curry. That'll be interesting. I don't see that happening.
They have to have a real good season.
Yeah, I don't see that happen. All right, last one, and then we'll move on to our NFL picks because I forgot I got to be off the air by 1 o'clock because there's some work that's going to be done where I am. So, real quickly, your NBA Finals teams. Who do you have in the NBA Finals? Red, go with it.
All right, I'll make it quick. We all know who I'm gonna pick in the West, Lakers. So in the East, Hawks not ready yet. I'm not gonna go crazy. The Heat, they had their little run last year. Like you say, the Nets are gonna implode in the playoffs. So it's gonna come down to two teams for me. It's gonna come down to Philly and Milwaukee. Well, if I'm picking Joel for MVP, I gotta pick him to get to the finals. So Lakers and Sixers, baby, a repeat of the '82 and 2001 NBA Finals. Lakers and Sixers. Doc Rivers couldn't beat us in the West with the Clippers, so now he's going back to the East to try to beat us like he tried. Well, he did beat us with the Celtics, but he lost the last one. So Lakers and Sixers, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's Lakers and Bucks.
All right, Coach, who you got? We got a Lakers and Sixers NBA Finals. That's a one back in the 1980s revisited. Who you got, Coach?
I got the all Kareem Abdul-Jabbar series, Lakers and Bucks. Milwaukee, in short, watch. Milwaukee is going to pull off a surprising move during the middle of the year. It's going to shock everybody and going to give Giannis that thing to help push him a little harder to see that they got the team to win it. So I'm just going to stay Milwaukee and the Lakers.
They're going to have to trade Chris Middleton.
That's a good one. And actually, I'm going to ride with Coach on his. I think
well, we all said that. I just thought the Sixers had a better chance than the Bucks.
I think Giannis is going to break through. I don't think the Sixers can break through with Ben Simmons as the second best player because what's going to hurt them in the playoffs is Ben Simmons' inability to shoot. That stuff has a way of showing up. And I hope that Giannis has worked on his shooting, which will help his Bucks team break through. That's if Giannis did not work on his jump shot, then the Bucks won't make it. And I can easily see, and even though I think they're going to implode, but I can see the Brooklyn Nets being better. I don't think the Miami Heat will have the talent this year to be able to compete with a Brooklyn Nets team.
They got.
I don't think they'll be able to beat Philadelphia this year. And then let's not forget Boston. You know, Boston's pretty solid.
I forgot about them.
Pretty solid. But the Nets are uber talented. And, you know, would I be surprised if they made it to the NBA Finals? No. But if Giannis has improved his jump shot, and I think Giannis is bound and determined to break through, I would definitely go with the Bucks and the Lakers. All right. If let's see, before we close out, Armani likes Red's pick, Lakers versus Sixers. Vincent Woodruff, Lakers versus Sixers, reborn finals rivalry. What, you had a Lakers versus Sixers meeting before the show, Red? Goodness gracious. I like the Jabbar series, coach. Either of those two series would be money for the NBA. Great take, guys. Thank you so much, brother Woodruff. All right, gentlemen, let's go into our NFL picks real quickly. And we're going to give the standings, and this is what Red did not want to see because Coach went nuts last week. Red, oh, I'm sorry. My bad. I need to do the NFL picks caption first. This is what we're doing with our NFL picks. Red, you went 4-4 last week, won the Bills, Bucks, Packers, and Colts. Takes your record to 78, 51, and 1. I went, that's wrong. Let me make that correction. I went 4-4 as well. I won Washington, Raven. Hold up, this is wrong. This is the wrong one. The record is right because I didn't pick them. I'll pick the Bills. That's what that should be. I'm sorry. I won the Bills, Ravens, Packers. And I don't think I picked the Rams, but no, the Bucks. I'm sorry. I don't know what I was doing. It didn't save what I did before the show. Yeah, that was the Bucks. Okay, here we go. All right, thank you. We can make these corrections on the fly. That's the one thing I love about StreamYard. Bills, Ravens, Packers, and Bucks. So I'm 68, 53, and 1. I'm 7. That can't be right. Yeah, mine is all jacked up. Let me hide that. I'll correct it at the end of the show. I know I'm 7 games behind Red. That's what I am. All right, Coach, 7-1, won every game but his Steelers. Won every game but his Steelers.
So he's just 7 games ahead of me.
Just.
Oh, I got a little time, Rev. It ain't completely over. 7 games. You know, I can catch up. I could. I'll say it's not completely. Yeah, you Coach, you had a 7-game lead last time on me. Okay, remember that.
No, I didn't. It wasn't that much.
Okay. It sounded good. I thought you'd go with it.
Yeah, so we got a lot. I mean, this thing is real. I got to check my standings. I don't think my standings is correct. I have to check it from last week real quickly. But nevertheless, I'm nowhere near trying to win the championship right now, so it doesn't matter right now. But we'll make.
I still got a chance. I'm gonna go with like I still got. I mean,
you still got a chance. You still got 2 weeks. You got 3 weeks left. Yep. And you got playoffs, so you still got a chance. I mean, Coach will have to make an epic collapse, which he has done before. So that's not far-fetched.
That's right.
The coach is known to choke because he had the one 2 years ago in the bag, and he let you walk them in each week, and you told him you were going to walk them in, and that's what he did. But this is COVID. I don't think he's going to let you walk them in this time. But nevertheless, let's make these picks, man. And Vincent Woodruff is encouraging Coach. He's on fire. Remember, Rev, wait for Coach to make his pick, then pick the opposite.
Vince, that need to be my strategy. Rev is out of this. I'm the one that still got a chance. Vince. That's what I need to do.
All right, gentlemen. Everybody, y'all can make your picks with us if you're still watching. Let's get ready to make these picks. We're going to go through them real quickly, and then we're going to have you have the right. Let me get a little NFL theme music with a little hip-hop beat to it, and then we'll be ready to rock and roll. So I think we had 4 games last time for the college football. Or did we do 5?
I think 4. Just 4. You talking about today, right?
Yes, today we
Yeah,
we
had
have
4.
2, 3, 4, 5 games.
5?
So that it's on me. I'll pick first. Here we go for this week's games. It's on me first. Browns versus the Giants. The Browns. I'm going with the Browns. The Giants down. They choked last week when I gave them prime time with one of my picks. Thought they were going to beat the Cardinals last week, and they failed me. I'm going with the Browns. Baker Mayfield and the Browns bounced back from last week's loss against the Ravens. Who you got, Coach?
Browns. Ain't close. Browns.
All right. Red, who you got?
It's unanimous. I can't play with the Giants no more. They let me down last week. They don't even know what quarterback they want to go with. Browns.
All right. Next game, it's on you, Coach. Eagles versus the Cardinals in Arizona.
A bird can't fly with no wings, and in this case, it's the Eagles ain't flying. They're a dumpster fire. I'm going with the Cardinals.
Well, they did beat New Orleans last week, Coach. Hold up. Jalen Hurts started his first game, and they beat, at that time, the number 1 team in the NFC. So I don't know if we call them a dumpster fire, Coach. Are you still stuck on dumpster fire?
Yeah, we know where the sun shines at, so, hey, I'm still going with the Eagles.
You still going with the Cardinals?
Cardinals.
Yeah. All right, Red, who you got?
Coach done took over my Cardinals team from me, so I'll let them stay with the Cardinals. I'll go with the Eagles. Jalen Hurts.
I want to go with the Eagles, but they're part of the reason why I'm in the hole that I am, because I was riding with them all season long, early on in the season. So I don't need to be 50 games back. I'm good with being 20 games back. So I'm going to go with the Cardinals, man. I'm sorry, Vince, if I couldn't exercise that strategy, because the Eagles have hurt me to the core. They're part of the reason why I had to give a concession speech, and it's not even playoff time. All right, next game, and we'll give the fans in just a matter of time. In just a minute, y'all keep picking. I'll come to y'all in one swoop of what your picks will be. Bears versus Vikings. It's on you, Redrick. Who you got?
Oh, Lord. Oh, my gosh.
Mr. You've been doing all right the past few weeks, but honestly, this is the battle of the star QB. Which one do I think is the startest? Mitch. I think Cricket Cousin will take Mitch at home. He got the better running game. He got the better deep. Well, the Bears used to have a defense, but the Vikings defense been playing a little better the last few weeks. So I'm taking the Cricket Cousins at home in a battle of the sorry QBs, Minnesota.
I'm going to go with the Bears. I like their running game. Montgomery's been running wild lately. I think that the Bears realize they can't roll or rely rather on their quarterback. So I'm gonna go with the Bears to pull off maybe a divisional upset because they're going into Minnesota. They both have the same record. So I'm gonna go with the Bears. Coach, break the tie. Who do you have? Coach, sometime today. And Coach might be frozen.
Coach?
Purchase your tracks today.
Coach is officially frozen. So we're going to wait for – all right, I think he finally got unfrozen. Are you unfrozen, Coach? Obviously not. Coach?
Coach, you there?
You there, Coach? Oh, man, right before the end. Coach. All right, he disconnected. He'll be coming back in just a second. We since you trying to wait on his picks, I'll go to the fans and see who they pick All right, we'll wait for him to come back. Vincent Woodruff has the Browns. Maury Storer Browns. Maury Storer Cardinals. He also has the Heat. The Eagles are hurting in the secondary. Got Jameson Black with the Giants.
What?
Vincent Woodruff Cardinals. Kyler coming back strong. Dante says starts.
What is it?
Oh, I guess coach had to make a pit stop. The Eagles, Jameson Black, he liked what Jalen Hurts did. Red implementing the Rev coach strategy. All right, Joe Black has the Bears. Dante going with the Vikings. Vincent going with the Vikings. Terrible game, Vikings. And Facts Bro. All right, I believe coach is through with his restroom break and got his internet working. We'll bring him back in.
I don't know what it dipped off to. I was sitting there listening to y'all. I heard everything.
All right, so let's talk about Bears Vikings.
Hey, Rev, the coach.
No, I heard everything y'all was saying, but everybody faded away.
All right, who you got, man? Let's get your pick in. What?
Vikings, Bears have no chance. Mitch Trubisky couldn't lead this game. I'd rather watch a documentary on dirt. Vikings.
All right, so coach is going with the Vikings along with Red, so there's no separation right there. All right, I think it's back on me. Patriots versus the Dolphins. I'm going to go with the Miami Dolphins. I have more faith in Tua. Cam is on the downward spiral. He's getting ready to prepare his NFL backup quarterback resume because he won't be a starter after this year. I'm going with the Dolphins and Tua for the W. Coach, who you got?
Dolphins. Patriots, this may be the first year they don't make the playoffs in a minute. Cam doesn't know here nor there. I don't think it's not all his fault, but I'm going with the Dolphins.
Redrick, who you going with?
Patriots. Cam, Belichick. I think they're gonna have a game plan for Tua at home. I think Belichick. How many rookie quarterbacks do Belichick lose to? Not many. If Tua started, Belichick gonna have a game plan for him. Now he just gotta hope his offense can score enough points to get the victory. So Cam, this game really gonna be on you to put up enough points to get the victory because I think Belichick will hold Tua in check. We gonna see though. I'm taking the Patriots.
All right, next game is on Coach. Chiefs versus Saints. We already know who you picked. You already let the cat out the bag earlier. So tell us why you're going with the Chiefs. And Coach gets
it's
frozen.
Gonna be the Chiefs either. Oh Lord, it's not frozen. I'm going with the Chiefs. Ain't no need to hide it. Chiefs gonna hurt the Saints if Drew Brees get out there. I hope they don't lose him for good.
All right, Red, you've been hating on my Chiefs in the weeks. So tell us why you're going with the Saints.
Well, I don't hate them that bad. I don't hate them that bad. I'm going with the Chiefs. Like Coach said, I think it's a mistake. Drew Brees got every injury known to man. Drew Brees is like, you remember that game Operation? Y'all remember that game Operation?
Yeah.
Well, that's Drew Brees right now. Every little piece of thing is that little red nose gonna go off. So him playing like that ain't gonna work against the Pac, man. Chiefs all the way.
All right, you know I'm making it unanimous. I got to go with my homeboy and my Chiefs. So, Chiefs all the way around. Last game, as we round out the NFL picks for this week, Seahawks versus Washington. That Washington football team is on fire, and the Seahawks are trying to win the NFC West. Red, it's on you. Who you got, brother?
Should have went with them last week. Ain't gonna make that mistake again. I'm going with the Washington football team. They are at home. They are playing both. They are first place in their division, and they got a division title on the line. That defense is playing out of their mind. Chase Young, defensive rookie of the year. I tell you this, I hope he got an offensive line ready because if they not, it's gonna be a long day for Sierra Wilson, baby. It'll be a good game. Now I'm not sure. Yeah. I think Alex Accounting is still starting, so it's gonna have to be a running game and high percentage passes, but it can be done. It's gonna take Washington defense keeping the Seahawks in check. But as long as they do that, Alex will make enough plays to pull this victory off at home. It'll be a good one. I'm taking the Washington football team. I am loving how they playing the last few weeks. Washington.
All right, I'm going with Washington as well. I picked them over the Steelers 2 weeks ago. I went against them last week. Thought the 49ers would beat them. But I think the Washington football team is going to win. And they're going to make life miserable for Russell Wilson. He's on his downward spiral. That's why I'm not starting him in my fantasy football game. So that I have in the playoffs this weekend. So I'm going with Washington as well. Coach, are you making it unanimous or are you going to roll with Russell Wilson?
I'm going Russell Wilson because unbeknownst to you all, and I hope you all understand this, I don't know if you all seen this, Alex Smith is not playing. Dwayne Haskins is starting. So I'm going with Seattle.
Okay. I'm gonna still put my trust in
the defense. Yeah.
Defense. Yeah. I'm gonna still.
Dwayne Haskins got to pull a Trent. You got to pull a Trent Dilfer for me to get because I ain't know that. What happened to the accountant, folks?
He did something. Something happened to his. I don't know. Let me see.
Calf.
Right calf strain.
Calf strain. I thought I felt it. I thought it was a calf. All right, Haskins. It's your one last chance to prove you belong in the NFL. Boy, your team needs you this week.
All right, that was it. And now let's go to the last segment. It is You Have the Right. And let's see who has the right to do when, what, where, and how. And if I'm trying to find the clip, there it is. You have the right. So let's see who has the right to do what, when, where, and how. All right.
Pittsburgh Steelers, you have the right to not get anybody hurt against the Cincinnati Bengals. Get an early lead, get everybody out of there, and preserve yourself for that matchup next week against the Colts. So Pittsburgh, you have a right to hopefully not get anybody hurt this week.
Red, who has the right to do what, when, where, and how?
Queen Vanessa Bryant, you have a right to change the locks, change the cell phone numbers, change everything you can, and to keep your mama out. Cut her off. $96 an hour to watch your own grandkids. Oh, but you don't lost your doggone mind. You and your daughter, when she's going through the most personal tragedy any woman could go through, left with 3 children to raise by herself. Yeah, she got all the money in the world. She already gave you a free house, a free car. You got money in your account. What are you talking about? Vanessa Bryant, you have a right to cut your mom off and don't hear from her ever again. I tell you, I got so much more to say on this, but you have a right to leave your mother alone for the time being. She has some nerve to try to take you to court and try to extort money out of you. Lady, you done lost your doggone mind.
All right, and what's my quarterback's name out of the Buffalo?
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. You have the right to go nuts today. I need you to give me about 60 fantasy points so I can be playing for a fantasy championship on next week. You have the right to go crazy on the Denver Broncos in Denver on today. And we do have 2 games that are being played. The Saturday games are coming today to accompany the slate that's coming on Sunday as well as Monday Night Football. All right, gentlemen, it's been real. We had a great show. Looking forward to being back next week on the Red Rev Sports Show. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, hanging out with your boys, Red, Rev, and Coach. And I forgot to put down your picks, so I'm running down them before I let y'all go. Atlanta has the right to get rid of the Falcon filter. All right. Merry Christmas to you all. That's right. Be blessed. And remember, since I'm the Reverend, Jesus is the reason for the season. Be blessed, everybody. And we're out.